Maybe not. Maybe not. Okay. So Prabhuji wanted us to go over this shloka.
Mataji? Yeah, yes, Mataji. You can just go ahead, Mataji, with
okay.
respect to reading, please.
Okay, thank you so much. So yes, Prabhuji sent a message earlier in the chat to say he wanted us to cover this shloka. And so as I can't see who's joined, if I can just recap a little bit of what Prabhuji had covered before, then we will read this verse. If Prabhavati Sachimataji is there, she can read this verse. One of us will do the translation and another one will read the purport. So we can do the basic things, and maybe Prabhuji can add more things tomorrow or whenever he comes back. And then we'll also read the letter afterwards. Is that okay? So we'll start with just a little bit of recap. So from what I remember, Brahma asked the four Kumaras, when he created the four Kumaras, he asked the four Kumaras to carry on with production of the universe, but they didn't want to because they wanted to be surrender themselves to the Lord. So they didn't want to continue with the progeny. So then Brahma got very angry, and then from his anger, from the eyebrows, the Rudra was created. And Rudra, obviously, he was created partly from the mode of passion and partly from mode of ignorance as well. So Rudra was created, and then Brahmaji gives him many names. He gives him many wives as well, and he gives him many places to stay as well. So if I can remember, he was given the places where to stay was all the elements, the earth, water, fire, sky, ether. Then it was also the sun and the moon. That is, it was also in the heart and in the air. And then I don't know. I think there were so many places he was given place to stay. So then Rudra was fine with that. But then Rudra then created many offsprings. And because Rudra himself was part of ignorance, and the offsprings also, when they were created, and the grandsons also were created, all those creations of Rudra, they were so angry because they were born from the incarnation of anger. So then they just started to cause havoc on the planet, on the universe, and they started devouring everyone. And this was also scaring Brahma. And Brahma then went back to Rudra and he said, stop creating more progeny full of anger. It's best if you go into penance. And through penance only, then everything will calm down, and we will continue with the creation and maintenance. And then you can come in, I think, that's my understanding, that the annihilation will take place once all the creation and maintenance has happened. So this is where I think, because I wasn't there yesterday either, my mistake it was. So let's carry on with verse 19. Is Prabhavati Sachi Mataji there?
Hare Krishna Mataji, I can only listen. I'm so sorry.
Okay. No problem, Mataji. So who would like to read this verse?
Hare Krishna Mataji, I will do it.
Yes, please, Mataji, please do.
Tapaseva param jyoti bhagavantam atoksajam sarvabhuta guhavasam anjasa vindate kumam.
Okay. Hare Krishna, thank you. Is Meena Mataji there?
So what the synonyms, Mataji?
Yes, please.
Yes, sir. I am here. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Then we pray. You asked my name? Sorry.
Yes, please. If you want to read the synonyms and the translation. I can't see who's joined, unfortunately, so you will have to tell me. But
Okay.
if you can read for now the synonyms and translation, please.
Okay. Tapasa, by penance. Eva, only Param, the Supreme Jyoti, Light, Bhagavatam, unto the personality of Godhead, Adhoksharjam, he who is beyond the approach of the sense, Sarva Bhuta Guha Avasham, residing in in the heart of all living entities, Anjansa, completely Vedant can know Puman, a person. By penance only can one even approach the personality of Godhead who is within the heart of every living entity and at the same time beyond the reach of all senses.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. Who else has joined, please?
Only 4 of us.
I can read the purport if you want.
Yes, please, Mataji. Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Hare Krishna. Purport by Divan Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Rudra was advised by Brahma to perform penance as an example to his sons and followers that penance is necessary for attaining the favor of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In Bhagavad Gita, it is said that the common mass of people follow the path shown by an authority. Thus, with the Brahma disgusted. No, Mataji, that one?
Yes, disgusted.
Disgusted with the Rudra generations and afraid of being devoured by the increase of population, asked Rudra to stop producing such an unwanted generation and take to penance for attaining the favor of the Supreme Lord. Therefore, we find in picture that Rudra is always sitting in meditation for the attainment of the favor of the Lord. Indirectly, the sons and followers of Rudra are advised to stop the business of annihilation, following the Rudra principle while the peaceful creation of Brahma is going on. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna Mataji.
So, I don't know much about this, obviously. Has anyone got anything to add? Just one thing there, the common mass of people follow the path shown by the authority, and that is so true, isn't it? We always follow, so the leaders has to be good, so that people follow the good leaders. And in the past, there were lots of Raj Rishis at that time who were not only good managers, they used to maintain everything in their kingdom, in the whole world, but they were also very spiritually inclined as well. So here I think he was disgusted with Rudra's generation because they were just causing havoc and devouring everyone. But Mataji, do you want to add anything here, please? Because obviously I'm not very good. What can you understand, Mataji? Prabhati Mataji or Usha Mataji, Meena Mataji?
So even just one point, like it's very nice. Even the Rudra came as like in a mood of passion and ignorance, but still he has obeyed his father. Like when he asked him to stop.
Yes, that's such a wonderful point. Yes, he listened to his father and he
asked him to do the meditation, and that's why we can see right now currently, as said in purport, that Rudra is always in meditation state. So that is important. Like even that in that like mood as well, he is just following whatever his father said, and he stopped. So.
And I just remembered as well that one of the places he was asked to reside was in austerity, because you just mentioned just now. And that austerity, I think even, was it Ravana, when he was doing all his penances, he was praying for Shiva? Was it Shiva?
Yeah, Shiva. Yeah, he prayed. He was because of the Shiva, he has given that, this benediction, isn't it?
Yes.
That he cannot kill by, like, he has asked that he only kill by the human and like monkey, because he thought they are very like they cannot do anything, and this where Ram came in that form.
Yes, God, amazing. So shall we practice reciting this verse, and then maybe tomorrow Prabhuji can add more maybe. Yes? Shall we just practice at least this?
Hare Krishna,
Mataji, yes,
Mataji.
please. Come in.
Yeah, what my understanding also in this verse is, even Brahma, who was created by Vishnu, Mahavishnu, he came from, he was born from the stem of the Lord,
Mm-hmm.
uh, pr- uh, he also can have this all this changes of his mindset, like he has also three modes of material nature: modes of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance. So with the anger only, he, Rudra was born. So that means, how about us? We are nothing. We are simple small parts and parcel of the Lord, so we are
Yes.
nothing in front of him. So
Yeah.
this is my takeaway point. So
That's good.
when we are in the mode of goodness, we think only we do good things. We are in the When we move into the mode of passion and ignorance, how
Yeah.
Lord Brahma created this Rudra was born out of the anger
Passionate.
of Brahma.
Yes. Yeah.
So what all chaos we can make, Mataji?
Mm.
So this is what my understanding from the whole
That
was. Yeah.
if they can get angry and create all this, then what of
Exactly.
us? Yeah. What of us?
Yeah. Even
Mm.
Brahma can get angry, means he is the
Mm.
supreme Jiva Tattva. So among
Mm.
all of the, between this Vishnu Tattva and Jiva Tattva, we all are Jiva Tattvas, and including Lord Brahma. So
Mm.
if Lord Brahma can create all this chaos, means what about
Mm.
us? Yeah. So
Mm.
this is one
Yeah.
of the point for us to learn, I think, so from this one.
Absolutely. Yes. And
They are exalted personalities, like they are really,
mm.
really having very great position, like Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, and all. But yeah,
Mm.
nice to learn, Mataji. But yeah, as you said, Prabhu can explain better.
Mm. Oh, yeah, definitely. And another point came to my mind. I think we might see that later, because for now, anger is created, isn't it? But there's so much
Yeah.
more to be created, like envy and greed.
Yeah.
That will come later on, I think. But they're all
Yeah.
Brahmaji is creating all this.
This is the secondary creation, Mataji.
Yes,
Brahma
yes,
is doing the secondary creation.
he is
All the
doing. Yeah,
initial creation is first creation is already done by
done.
Lord
Right.
himself. Yeah,
Yes.
now this is the secondary creation. Yeah, continuation will going on. Yes.
Yeah. And the other point is also the penances, how it's important. So even Brahma, previously we read, he had to meditate twice, didn't he? Very first time he came out
Yeah.
in the lotus flower, the tapa, then he did tapa. Then afterwards, he wanted to create further. So he went back into 100, was it 100 years of meditation again? So
Yes.
twice he did, and then he
Yeah.
asked Rudra to do it as well. That only from penance you would be able to maybe calm down and stop creating. Yeah. So that tapa is very important. The penance is very important as well. Yeah.
And from the point of spiritual aspect, if when we forget Krishna, then only all these gunas will appear, like tamo guna,
Yes.
mode of ignorance. Then forgetful of Krishna, and then we end up with the material illusion. Then we don't think about Krishna, spiritual
Yeah.
darkness, complete darkness.
Yes.
So this is one of the point. When we turn away from Krishna,
Mm-hmm.
we are in
Then
the mode of ignorance
yeah.
completely. We don't think what is good, what is right, what is wrong. Yeah, even Dhruva Maharaj, he was a 5-year-old boy, and when he was insulted by his
Mom.
stepmother,
Stepmom. Yeah.
yeah, Suruchi, how much he was angry, and a
Yeah.
5-year-old boy, you can imagine. But his
Yeah.
mother was very, pious. She knew who to approach, and when she advised, and on the way, Narada Maharshi meets him, and we all know he's
Yes.
trying to advise him. You're a small boy. He's trying to test him, his
Yes.
determination to see the Lord, and he is only focused in that kind of. My stepmother, insulted me. I need to, see the Lord, and I need to gain better than all of them. My grandfather, my
Mm.
father, and grandfather. But when he saw the Lord, he saw all the Maya disappears. he became purified when the Lord touches his head to the conch shell. He got that knowledge.
Yes.
And he was really regretting for asking for all those things. So these are the best examples. When we are in the mode of ignorance, what all can happen. We don't
Such a
distinguish
lovely,
between what is good, what is bad. Yeah.
yes, such a lovely example, Mataji. Such a lovely
No,
example.
no, Mataji.
Yeah.
This is all such a beautiful. Bhagavatam is such a nectar, beautiful nectar, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Thank you.
Krishna.
Thank you for so much for leading Hari Bol.
No, not at all, not at all. It's just something little bit we can do for Prabhuji. He puts in so much effort for us. That's the least we can do.
That's so true, Mataji. Always, yeah.
There was another point which did come to my mind, which I've forgotten, but I'll mention. If I can remember, I'll mention it later. But yeah, for time being, we can just, shall we start with the practice of the verse, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji. I think Sanchita Mataji joined.
Okay.
Maybe if you would like to give some.
Mataji, Sanchita Mataji, Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances and all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Do you have anything to add to this purport, this verse at all, Mataji? Because I don't know when you joined, sorry.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna to all the devotees. I just joined now, so maybe you can carry on and I can contribute later.
No, we were just about to practice this verse now.
So yeah, you can start that. I can join that, and then because I haven't read the purport yet, so.
Okay. Do you want to? Do you want to? Then
to
you
read
can
the purport?
Yes.
You know what? Like first, do with the practice, and then maybe I can once read the translation and purport, and then put some points.
Yes.
Yeah?
Okay. Yeah, we've already given our reflections, whatever we could contribute. But if you wanted to, yes, by all means. So we'll start with the practice. Tapaseva param jyoti bhagavatam adakshajam sarvabhuta guhavasam anjasa vindate puman. So we'll do it 3 times, won't we? Yeah. Shall we all do it together or line by line? Tapaseva param jyoti
Tapaseva param jyoti
bhagvantam adhokshajam
bhagvantam
Adokshajam
sarvabhuta bhuta guhavasam
sarvabhuta guhavasam
anjasa vindate puman.
anjasa vindate puman.
Tapaseva param jyoti
Tapaseva param jyotihi
bhagvantam adhokshajam
Bhagavatam adokshajam
sarvabhuta guhavasam
Sarvabhuta guhavasam
anjasa vindate puman.
Vindate puman.
Okay, Prabhati Mataji, do you want to say once, then Meena Mataji, Usha Mataji, Sanchita Mataji?
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Tapaseva param jyotihi bhagavantam adokshajam sarvabhuta guhavasam anjasa vindate puman. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Meena Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna. Tapaseva param jyotim Bhagavanta adokshajam sarvabhuta guhavasam ajansa vindate muman.
Thank you, Mataji. Usha Mataji?
Yes, Mataji, Hare Krishna. Tapaseva param jyoti bhagavantam adokshajam sarvabhuta guhavasam anjasa vindate puman. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. And Sanchita Mataji?
Hare Krishna. Tapasaiva param jyotihi Bhagvantam Adhokshajam Sarvabhuta Guhavasam Anjasa Vindate Puman.
And Mataji, would you like to read the translation now? And you might as well read the purport as well and then give your final reflection, please.
Okay, thank you. By penance only can one even approach the personality of Godhead, who is within the heart of every living entity and at the same time beyond the reach of all senses. Purport by in His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Rudra was advised by Brahma to perform penance as an example to his sons and followers that penance is necessary for attaining the favor of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In Bhagavad Gita, it is said that common mass of people follow the path shown by an authority. Thus, Brahma, disgusted with the Rudra's generations and afraid of being devoured by the increase of population, asked Rudra to stop producing such unwanted generation and take to penance by attaining the favor of the Supreme Lord. Therefore, we find in the picture of Rudra is always sitting in meditation for the attainment of the favor of the Lord. Indirectly, the sons and the followers of Rudra are advised to stop business of annihilation, following the Rudra principle while peaceful creation of Brahma is going on. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Yeah, so my takeaway from this is like we were discussing this last few days, and Amoga Prabhu also mentioned that how the creation process started, like Brahma, Lord had asked Brahma to do the secondary creations, and Brahma started with the four Kumaras and asked them to increase the progeny, but they were beyond, like they were in the transcendental mode and they did not want to get in this trap of material life, and so they did not follow his father's orders. So after that, Brahma was angry, and from there came Rudra. And Rudra just took it by words to increase the progeny, and he all these personalities of bhutas, pisachas, and they were created, and Brahma was not happy with that, so he told him to stop that and instruct and gave him further instructions to sit in the meditation of the Lord, and instructing him that to perform penance, that was the main okay. Oh, you're live.
Sorry, it's just I have to. Yeah, carry on.
Oh, okay. So he was he sat into the meditation of the Lord Vishnu, and that was as per the advice of Brahma. And then finally he says, like that was not only instruction to Rudra himself, but all his progenies. Progenies in the mode of ignorance, to stop this business of annihilation and stop following the Rudra principles of destruction, and as their father, like Brahma. I mean, this is message for the progenies as well, that the father, he is sitting in tapasya in mode of penance, and they should also do the same. And we see, like, on reflecting, that it's so much true in today's generation, like what is happening around the world. We can contemplate that these though might not, the bhutas and the pisachas, the idea we have in our mind is like some kind of creature looking different from us, but in today's world we see all those people in the, I mean, body of people, but doing such kind of thing, the wars, the annihilation and all. But if only they could have known Lord, things, the world would have been so much different place for everybody. Just because they have, so Srila Prabhupada says, like, when we, why is Brahma asking Rudra to do the penance? Because when we take the shelter of the Lord, our, like, no matter how is the birth and how is that personality born, whichever caste, ashram or whatever, but once we take the shelter of the Lord, and do the meditation, do the penance, for us, the Kali Yuga, it's more simpler, not long meditation, silent meditation, but to take to the four regulative principles and our austerities, then that how is that process? Like, it's an experimental process, and Prabhupada, whoever came into the movement, like all the English, the hippies and all, they had led that life, like, how it's described in the Bhutas and the Pisachas, like not following any regulatory principles and all. But once they had taken into Krishna consciousness, once they had surrendered, what does that is, like, it cleans the heart of the anarthas. And then Lord, he is always sitting in the heart. Lord is watching everything. He is even watching the devotee or the non-devotee, but he does not say anything. He gives, let us use our free will, little bit of independence to carry on as we want. But if we take the penances, then he is happy, and then he directs, like he takes in charge of the devotees, and he says that my devotees will never perish. So he will personally take charge of the devotees, but the non-devotees, they, in his heart also, in all the jivas heart, Lord is there, but then he gives it like his service to Maya, and then and they are guided by Maya. So, like, we can, as an analogy, we can understand, like, owner of a big company, Prabhupada gives this example, like owner of a big company, he has got so many departments, like sales, finance, production, marketing and all, and he has got so many employees. So all the employees, like, they are, he's controlling them, but they are through the different departments. He's not interacting with them directly. But that same owner, when he comes home for his children, when he's guiding his children, he's controlling them directly. So that way we can easily understand that the same principle. mm, these, like, when Lord is, it's like controlling his children is like Lord taking care of his devotees. And when the owner controls his employees, it's like the non-devotees, like Maya Devi is controlling them. So in either way, we have to, the main thing is we have to understand our constitutional position, and understanding that we have to understand that we are the controlled being. Either we are controlled by Maya or by Krishna. We are not independent beings like the Lord. So Lord is the only controller, he is the only enjoyer, he is the proprietor, and he is our best friend. So once we understand that he is our best friend, then we can allow him to be controlled directly and not going into the Maya lane. And then Lord will always protect us. So similarly, we have other, Prabhupada gives examples of, like, the body, and in our body, human body, the stomach, it's the enjoyer. It's the main enjoyer. Whatever food we eat, the stomach is enjoying. So and but what is the purpose of the hand, the mouth, and the eyes? Like, we use them, all the other organs, to eat, but when we eat it, it's like enjoyed by the stomach, and then it digests the food, and through the energy, it passes in through the all the different organs which needs energy to do the work. So it's like a cycle. So, but here the main enjoyer is the stomach, and all the other organs, they are assisting the stomach to do the main activity. So it's like all these, through various examples and analogies, Prabhupada, this is a very complex, I mean, Though maybe with mercy we are into Krishna consciousness and we understand that easily, but Prabhupada has written this analogies in so many of his books for to preach to the other people, especially those who are in so much ignorance, to make understand why we need to do penance. If even if we don't do penance by so, and this another thing Prabhupada says, like if we do penance, like the austerities we do, follow the regulative principles, do the ekadashis and all, so that we are doing for the Lord. So then uh, we get the mercy of the Lord. But if we don't do it, material nature is such that it will make us do those. We have to go through the pains of austerities anyway. So, like, all these natural calamities coming and other things that keeps on the disease, the body, some accidents and all, so this will happen and we still have to go through the pain. So better is to do it happily than being like forced by material nature. So Lord has planned for everybody, annihilation will come, but how, like, whether we will be blessed by the Lord and taken care directly, or we will just be annihilated by force. So that's the thing. So that's my relationship. Sorry, when I started,
Um,
takes such a long time. And
Mataji, it was totally fine. It was more than amazing. You gave a
all glories
master
to
class.
Srila Prabhupada. All glories
Yes,
to Srila
fine.
Prabhupada.
Yes,
To
yes,
him.
that
It's just
analogy
Lord
of
wanted, I somehow no preparation again. I somehow missed. My phone was downstairs today. I forgot yesterday. This was also maybe Lord's plan. I left my phone downstairs and the alarm didn't ring. So I mean, I didn't see Prabhu's message. Amoga Prabhu had put a message that we do this one shloka and letter. And when I came downstairs, I saw the phone. I did my chanting and then carried on. And then I saw my phone, and then only I joined. And you asked me to do. So it was all of a sudden, not prepared. But yeah, Lord just maybe wanted me to speak like that. So
yes, no, you spoke beautifully, Mataji. That's why I'm so grateful, so happy that you, Prabhati Mataji, Meena Mother, all senior devotees I'm associating with. So thank you so much for giving us all these wonderful insights. And I really enjoyed that, listening to what you said. Thank you so much, Mataji.
thank you,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna.
All glory to Srila Prabhupada. Hare
Yes.
Hare
So,
Krishna Mataji.
oh, sorry.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Mataji, Prabhuji, you're here. So sorry.
Very beautiful reflections, Mataji, and this shloka. Thank you so much, everyone cooperating. Um, I'm happy to speak a little few words on this one as well, Mataji.
Of course, it's your platform,
Yes,
Prabhuji. Please do.
yes. So here in this one, so Brahma is asking Lord Shiva to tapasaiva padam jyotihi. So just tapasa itself, it is the light. So tamasoma jyotirgamaya. And again, the one can understand the Lord through the Bhagavatam adokshiyam. Adokshiyam, he cannot be understood by the senses. So only say one mukehi jihvado swayameva spuratyadaha. When one engages himself in the devotional service, Lord only will reveal himself unto the devotee. So that is adokshiyam, who is beyond the approach of the senses, who is sarvabhuta guhasayam, residing in the heart of the all living entities. And he gives the remembrance, he gives the forgetfulness and everything. So in such a one can understand the Lord. And here by tapasya itself, one can go through the purificatory processes. And in our day-to-day life, so there are dasavida samskaras. So that is all purificatory processes before starting from the Garbhadan Samskara. In order to expand the progeny, one has to go through that purificatory process. Before the marriage, one has to perform austerities, going through the Ekadasi, chanting Hare Krishna, following regulative principles. Then good children will be born. Otherwise, the demonic nature children will be born. So here, uh, Brahma, whenever he was asked by the Garbhodaka Vishnu, so initially he has gone through tapasya, but later on, Lord has appeared to him Again, he asked him to go again do tapasya. Bhuyastom tapatishta vidyam chaiva madashriyam tabhyam antarhridi brahman lokantrakshasi apavatan. By tapasya itself, you will be able to see everything in your heart. Again, that is Lord's instructions to Brahma. Again, Brahma, when he created, again on the instruction of the Lord, he again gone 100 celestial years of tapasya. Then, before he started created, he created those material saints engagements. Sasajagri anitamishiram atatamishiram adikrit mahamoham cha moham cha ajnana tamashavrittayaha. So these are all saints engagements. After that, again, he has gone through the purificatory process. He was not happy. Again, later on, he created four Kumaras. Again, when they did not accept the Brahma's request to expand the progeny, when he was angry, at the time, Lord Rudra was manifested. He was not created. He was manifested from the anger. So that is, there is no Brahma's intervention to create Lord Shiva. So just one point. So it is Rudra was manifested. Okay, and then later on, this Lord Shiva is going, Rudra is doing all this progeny. Again, this one comes, and later Brahma is asking him that do not do all these things. So during the creation and maintenance, you will be called for the service of annihilation at the end. Okay, so that is one thing, and we can see. So just everything by the tapasya only. Until that point of annihilation, you engage yourself in the tapasya. Tapasya means, as Mataji explained, from our day-to-day life, what is our austerities and tapasya, following Ekadasi Vratas, and then the voluntary austerities. Otherwise, material nature will put us into different kinds of troubles. Okay, it's small reflections, Mataji. Thank you so much. Very beautiful.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
So nicely, so nicely said. Yeah, thank you so much, both of you. And in fact, Prabhati, Mataji, everybody. Thank you so much. Prabhuji, shall we do the letter today now? Yes. So, would like to read the letter, please. Sanchita Mataji, do you want to read the letter? As it's your day today, and sorry I said the Pancha Tattva mantra today in your absence. I'm so sorry.
Don't have to, Mataji, apologize at all. I couldn't join on time. So no. It's okay. Someone else can read also, Mataji. I just said my reflection. So, Meena, if anybody else has not done, then please take a turn.
Okay,
that's
so,
okay.
Who? Usha Mataji, Meena Mataji, who would like to read, please?
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. My dear Krishna Dasa, please accept my blessing. I beg to acknowledge receipt of your letter dated 9th and 26th March 1971 respectively, and they are most encouraging. You have taken the matter very intelligently, and now we have got invitation from our professional Gigi Kotoshka in Moscow, so I agree to go to Germany as soon as I hear from you. In reply to this letter, please let me know the following points. How many of us will go to Russia? Whether we shall go in a party or a simple we shall go 2 or 3 person on the meeting days and come back again to Germany. As you write to say that it takes only 2 hours. 2 hours, so there will be no difficulty to go to the Moscow or any other city and come back again. But if we get some place to stay there for a week or a fortnight, that will be nice. What about visas? If we go someday and come back as I did when I was in London, we all went to Amsterdam and came back the same evening. So we are now in Bombay, and you can reply this point immediately. And if you so desire, we can start immediately or as you direct. Amongst us, some Sundara knows German language. So if you think that his presence will facilitate, then he can also go. So on the whole, you make all arrangement for going there as it is convenient. Arrange for visa, and on hearing from you, I shall start. Hoping this will meet you in a good health. Your able best research, ऐसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय.
Any points, Mataji? Any reflections from?
Here Prabhupada is asking the few questions about regarding like how many people going to Russia, and like how many, like if there is 2 of us, and he just giving some he asked some question, and also that saying that going to the mosque would be more difficult because it's only take 2 hours. But if we can stay more, that we will help as well. And he just asking about the question about the visa, so when he went to the London, so and then after that he went to the Amsterdam. He came the same evening, something like just asking the question and just yeah. And then just asking that, whatever he asked, can you please reply this and point, and then he was also mentioning that Samsung are not the Germany. So if we come, like if we came there with there, so it will be it will be helpful and things like that. So yeah, it's not that much. Yeah, and I'm just asking that he will be happy that arranging visa and everything. The point he has asked will response. And I think that's not that much. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Mataji. Anybody else would like to input?
Krishna Mataji,
Yes.
it's really nice letter. Actually, I like one point Srila Prabhupada suggested. His Grace Shyamasundara Prabhu knows German language. So the
Yes.
language plays here also important role. When we go and try to speak to someone, if we know their language, they'll be very happy to hear. And also they understand better. And I think it has got more impact on this one. So we can see Srila Prabhupada's disciples. They knew so many languages and they learned so many other languages, like His Holiness Bhakti Vikas Maharaj and our Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Japadak Maharaj. They all learned languages. When they went to India, they didn't know nothing. So when they went there, now we can see them preaching giving classes in Hindi, giving classes in Bengali, and people are attracted. And also, I see one of the Prabhuji in our place. He didn't know our language. He's from different state. He came there. He's there for like 21 years now. He learned Kannada, learned to write and speak. And he's giving beautiful classes. And this attracts people. And they also, oh my God, they are coming here and they are learning our language and they are making effort. I think language also has got important this thing. And we can see also through Srila Prabhupada's disciples how they managed to spread Krishna consciousness and they were attracted by the devotees. And another example, Russian devotee His Grace Patri Prabhu. He learned so many languages in Nepal. He really established very well. Now he's learning Chinese language and some other languages so that he can go and preach Krishna consciousness. So it's the beauty of this one. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you. That's beautiful point. Thank you, Mataji. So important.
Yes,
In fact, I
Mataji,
was
very
amazed
nice.
as well.
Sorry, somebody was saying.
No. I was just saying I was totally amazed how they learned our languages, the Indian languages. I was so amazed. Thank you.
Yeah, the
Mataji.
surrender to the Guru and the mission to serve it for humanity. Patri Prabhu, Mataji mentioned, he knows already. We met him. He's a wonderful Russian devotee, and he knows 9 languages already. Now learning Chinese, so that's the 10th language, I guess. And whichever language you speak, we spoke to him Bengali. You don't understand that. He's actually Russian. So actually Ukrainian, but he born and brought up in Russia, and is telling about. So, I mean, it was a great fortune to meet such senior devotees. Wonderful kirtan he does. So it's through kirtan and through his language skills, and even like the devotees Mataji mentioned, Nitai Sevani Mataji also. She's, I think, originally Gujarati, but nobody would know. She's
Telugu.
Gujarati. Yeah, she speaks Hindi, Bengali, and she's in, I think, Vizag. So Telugu, I think. Yeah, other languages she speaks, and her lectures, like, they are so relatable in simple words. So yeah, the skill of language, Mataji spoken very nice point, that it is really important to help the mission in whatever skills we can have. Uh, yeah, I mean, we see devotees, like, Bob Cohen, like the perfect question, perfect answer. He was a science teacher. He asked Prabhupada, if you read the book, he asked so many questions, and then later, after 4 years, he was convinced. He and his wife took initiation, and uh, because he was a science teacher, so he took it as a service, like to, you know. To the children and the students, to spread, I mean, being a teacher, he used his own skills to do the same thing, like spread Krishna conscious amongst the children, because he understood that he got that message at a very late stage in life, so he wanted to give it to the children through bhakti yoga. So he systematically started preaching spirituality to the children in the school. So because he was a teacher, he took the service like that. So whatever skills we have, if you have the skill to learn language, then preach in as many languages and touch the heart of as many devotees as possible. So that's really a good point. Also, Mataji, do we have time to add
Of course,
one more?
we,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah. So in this letter we see Prabhupada. So after this, as I, always I like to add a bit of history of what happened. So Prabhupada, like, he went in Moscow in June. Which month? March. So this is, we are talking in March, April, and then in June 1971, he went to Moscow for 5 days, and he met Professor Kotovsky, if I'm pronouncing his name correctly. And then in that, this professor helped him to meet one of one of his students, who was called Anatoly Pinaev, and later he was initiated. His initiated name was Ananta Shantidas. So Prabhupada just listen. I mean, most of you might know, but if some might not, then I'm just sharing the story. So in just 5 days, Prabhupada, he commented on him that Ananta Shanti Prabhu was like, when we cook rice, and we sometimes, if we are like new cooks, we try to press the rice and see whether it's cooked or not. Later, by eyes only we know, and the time that it's cooked. But initially like Prabhupada, he knew just that. I mean, he was such a ripened cooked rice that in 5 days he gave him initiation. He taught him all. He was very keen, like, to know about the Krishna consciousness movement, and it was done in the hotels under secretive, like KGB was all around that time. Cold War was going on, but this devotee Anatoly Pinyaev, so he learned how to do deity in those 5 days only. Learned the scripture quickly, and then quickly learned the deity worship process, and then Prabhupada instructed him, now you spread the mission. So how he spread the mission? He got one copy of Bhagavad Gita, which I think Shamsundar Prabhu arranged to get a copy of this. Russian Bhagavad I think he knew English. He translated into Russian, and then he used to make photocopies. So of course you cannot pass the whole book around Russia, because there was so much of military and army. KGB was always looking, heavy monitoring by the KGBs. So he used to copy a few shlokas, few chapters, handwrite proper. Like now we have so much like open Vedavase, and you get the entire philosophy. But that time he used to through the only one book he had, he used to copy, handwrite, and then photocopy it and then spread it. That's how the entire movement. Now we have, I think, some millions. I can't remember the exact number, but we have some 4 million devotees, Krishna conscious devotees in Russia only. So I might be wrong, but please, I mean, something like a good number. So it all started with Ananta Shanti Prabhu. So his contribution to the movement is like, I mean, Patri Prabhu was saying that. I remember, like, how he had contributed and how they all, like, we have such, Bhakti Vigyan Maharaj and so many like people. They and Russians really took that movement really very seriously and quickly also. So and he was imprisoned. He was found out. KGB managed to find out after 10 years. So in 1981 he was captured by the KGB and tortured, a very severe level of torture. And then but he kept on chanting. So when they used to, like, put what's that in the brain, they say, to see the signaling how is. So they are doing it, and they say, seeing that before torture, after torture, his signal is all the time same. Because of a normal person, if you torture, because of the material pain, bodily pain, the signals, whatever signals they were measuring, it will drop and change, right? But his signal was same. So they were amazed. They thought it must be some kind of like magic he had, what was he was chanting. And then they left him, like, very thorough check, and left him. Even there, like, they used to do like, when Prabhupada told him about Janmashtami. So when Janmashtami came, they wanted to worship the Lord, but they didn't have anything. So I think Patri Prabhu has written a book, Bread of Salt. So I mean, I'll get the name. Maybe I don't. It's not in
Salted
the
bread,
top
I
of my
think
head.
so, Mataji. Salted
Salt,
bread, I think so.
salted, yeah, salted
Yeah.
bread, yeah, salted bread. So what they did, the the food they used to get for eating, the bread. So they used to not eat that day. That on the Janmashtami they did fast. Prabhupada told them, like, at least on Janmashtami you do fasting. So they fasted, and they used that bread to make like beads. So make a garland. So everybody else, and he preached in such a way that everybody was convinced in the prison also. And then they made beads to make a garland out of the beads, to offer it to the Lord. So they offered a garland like that, and they offered the food to the Lord, and that's how they celebrated Janmashtami. So I mean, we had tears when we heard, like, Patri Prabhu's class and all. I mean, how I mean, penances, like, we were talking in the Bhagavatam, we were talking about penances. What can penance make you do? Like these, of course, later. After the lot of protest around the world, because ISKCON outside in America, and everybody was protesting, and different country, United Nations and all, and these devotees were later released, um, and they spread the movement. But even in jail, like, through penances, and so much they could do for the country. So this was one point I just wanted to add, like Ananta Shanti Prabhu's contribution to the Russian. Just one devotee Prabhupada managed to initiate in 5 days, and what he could do around the world. So
Wow,
yeah,
amazing. What happened to him afterwards?
He left his body in a normal course of yeah.
I mean, he was released from prison.
Yeah. He was released.
Okay. Thank you, Mataji.
Yeah.
As usual, amazing contribution. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Prabhu. All glories to Mataji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's we have to be so thankful to all these disciples of Prabhupada who really turned it around, and how they propagated. And because of them, we are here learning about things. And so we have to be ever so thankful to the disciples, because they went through lots of hardships themselves. And yeah, so you're right that they were doing. Prabhuji is still there? Okay.
Krishna, just one point. So Prabhupada was mentioning, so though Krishna consciousness is always there, when we preach to the West, they'll ask so many questions, but they practice seriously. But in India, people, they hear, but they do not take it seriously. They will ignore. So that is what Prabhupada has mentioned in the lectures, and why he is interested to speak in the West, so that they will become scientific in Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna. Yeah, that's all.
Thank you. Yes.
Yes, yeah, that point is right, Prabhu. I mean, very true. Because I was telling about if you read perfect question, perfect answer, like he asked questions for like so many days, and then he took in 1972 he got a chance to meet Prabhupada in India. He was there as a scientist, as a science teacher in India, and then Prabhupada was there in Mayapur. He met and he asked so many questions, and to a point, like one whole day he was 29th of February 1972, whole day he asked questions. That book is about that only. And then he later went away, and then in New York he associated with the ISKCON devotees. 4 years it took to like surrender, and then he got Prabhupada initiated. So Prabhupada, he really knows when is the point of surrender. Like Ananta Shanti Prabhu, he just in 5 days he gave initiation. But Prabhupada, if they the desire is that, like because Bob Cohen, he wanted, his name was Brahma Tirtha Das, so he wanted to understand the Gita scientifically. So he scientifically took those 4 years to understand the Gita, and then he surrendered and took Prabhupada's initiation. But after that, his last letter was in 2005. So all those years, he was so thankful that Prabhupada has answered my questions. And now I mean, he did, like I shared that he kept on being a teacher to the students. Apart from teaching science, he used to take these extra classes to teach them spiritually parallelly. So doing that service in the mood, like dovetailing material as well as spiritual life, and doing it as a part of his like Swadharma and Sanatam Dharma. So that was great service he did. I mean, and other devotees also we see. So, and coming to Russia, like Russians, once I think in one of the Prabhupada's lecture only we heard who was this Parashuram, when he kicked out all these Kshatriyas who were just who were not dharmic. They went to different places in the West. So Russia, I mean, because earlier it was all Bharat, Mahabharat. So he just Russia was a land. Prabhupada says a land of Rishi. So that's how the name came, Rishis. So Rishi became Russia, like that. So Russia. So the Ru we have Rishi. So that became Russia, like that. So basically they were very rishis. Of course, they they are quite
Pious.
elevated and pious in there. So it was there in the blood only, but because of all the adharma that spread and all that, and they got in the we say that is association. So in that association, through many generations it was forgotten. But when, like just a spark of fire, and then again the whole movement spread, like one spark of 5 days Prabhupada's visit, and one making only one disciple, and it spread like the Krishna consciousness movement spread like wildfire again. And we have so many Russian devotees there, and they here also, in temple also we see they're so sincere. I mean, the sincerity they have, we see in Russian devotees is just unimaginable. One of them, they during the war they came here. I know, and then she was she has got a daughter of Pranshu's age, and she managed online lessons, Russian lessons. She used to get up early in the morning and have, because her child, I mean, she didn't get an admission because they couldn't speak English here. So in here, English is at least a must. So she didn't get a chance. So she was getting up early because Russia has 2 hours advance, like early, so in time. So get up early, 6 o'clock, and then give Russian lessons, Krishna conscious lessons in Russia. And then later in the day, they used to join in Zoom to Mayapur Institute, MVI. Mayapur Vedanta Institute. So there, she used to take get Bhagavatam and other Chaitanya Charitamrita classes for her daughter. Learn Bharatnatyam here only. Her daughter learned Bharatnatyam, and they were not happy after. So after Mataji, after initiation, they were not happy. They thought it's not enough. They want more. So now last year they moved in to Russia. So in just 4 years, we saw that change. Of course, now they went, sorry, not to Russia. They went to Mayapur now. So they must be settled properly, like how, like the heart's desire. They just went to Mayapur. So yeah, they advanced. They made in 4 years, just in front of our eyes. It's just so commendable. Hare Krishna.
Sorry to digress a little bit. Is this the Mataji with the little girl who's always dancing Bharatnatyam? Not that one, is she?
Yes, Mataji. Yeah, that is Anna Mataji. I forgot her initiated name. Rasika Rani. So her daughter was Rasika Rani. Yeah,
The
she used
little
to dance
beautiful
all the
girl.
time. Bharatnatyam. Yeah.
Ah, they moved to Mayapur now.
Yeah, the last year they moved to Mayapur.
Oh, wow. I haven't seen.
She does so beautiful Bharatnatyam dance, and Mataji plays flute also. So all these qualities, we see them. It's already there.
Yeah. Thank you so much for that. Okay, so shall we move to Brahma Samhita? We haven't been asked to do this, but we could just at least practice some shlokas or go over what we've done. Would that be okay if people want to do it? If people don't want to do it, then we can carry on with the japa. I can't see who's left in our group now.
Prabhavati Mataji.
It's just 3 of us now.
No, it's 6 Mataji. Usha Mataji, Meena Mataji, Hemlata Mataji, Gaurangi Mataji. So 6 of us. Yeah.
Okay. So I was just thinking, just a recap of the last 4
Yeah, we can do
verses
that,
and this
Mataji.
one.
Maybe recite
Yes.
and read the same.
Just the
verse
translation maybe, and recite. So maybe text 1, and then was it 29 onwards we do?
I may be seeing only. I can't
So
remember. But
the
31.
that's where we see all the YouTube ones. It starts from 29, doesn't it? That verse.
Yeah.
So either we do all of it, or number 1 and then 29, 30, 31, 32.
Yeah, we can do that.
Can do it
from
that way.
29.
Yeah. So the first one is the main one, as we all know. So shall we all take in turns to do one thing each? So Prabhati Mataji, you want to do the verse and the translation for this one, please?
Prabhavati Mataji is left, Mataji.
Oh, she's left. Okay. So Usha Mataji.
Yes,
So Mataji, sorry, you meant we start from the text 1 or
Text 1, and then I'll go to straight to 29, 30, 31, 32.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Ishvara Paramaha Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. Krishna, who is known as Govinda, is the supreme Godhead. He has an eternal, blissful spiritual body. He is the origin of all. He has no other origin, and he is the prime cause of all causes. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So unless people want to read purpose, then I can do the purpose, or we just do the verses and translation. I don't know how much people have got time, really. I think it was, this one. Okay, so who's left? Meena Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Chintamani parakara Satamashu kalpavriksha Lakshya visteshu surabhi abhipala abhipalayantam Lakshmi sahasra sata samvara se seva manam govindam adi purusham tamaham bhajam. Sorry, I have made mistakes somewhere.
Oh, don't worry, Mataji, it was fine.
Okay. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, the first progenitor who is the tending the cows, yielding all desire in abodes built with spiritual gems surrounding by millions of purpose tree, always served with great reverences and affection by hundreds of thousands of Lakshmi or gopis. Hare Krishna.
And I remember, I think it was this one, Sanchita Mataji, you described the purport. I'm sure it was
Oh, I
this one.
can't remember, Mataji. I forgot. It comes to me instantly, and then I forget what I say.
Yes,
So if you ask me today, I can't say anything. Maybe. So
Yeah,
I
you
take
did
it as Lord's
beautifully.
instruction. Like it just comes from the Lord. He wants me to speak, and then
I
He
know.
takes it away. So it's not my intelligence in
It
between.
is,
So
yes. I know. But I remember that. You did beautifully there. Right, Sanchita Mataji with, sorry, Gorangi Mataji now. Gorangi Mataji, are you there, please? Do you want to do number 30? Mataji, can you hear us? Or
we
can you?
can't hear you, Gaurangi Mataji. She's unmuted, but we can't hear you, Mataji.
Oh.
Yesterday also, I think there was a bit of issue, technical.
Okay. Oh, with her. Okay, sorry, I wasn't there yesterday. Okay, Mataji, Sanchita Mataji, do you want to read this one?
Okay, let me try. I'm not, this is one area, this is like I can't do properly, but I think Gaurangi Mataji.
It's okay.
Yeah, I think
we will help. Don't worry.
Mataji, you know what? You can do once and then I'll just do it because I might not get the tune right. So you do it beautifully. You do the Brahma, like these verses so nicely. Brahma Samhita verses.
No, there's some words are very difficult, but I'll try this one. So it's Venum Kwarnantam Aravinda Dalayataksham Varhavatam Sam Asitam Buddha Sundarangam Kandarpakoti Kamaniya Vishesha Shobham Govindamadi Purusham Tam Aham Bhajami.
Thank you, Mataji. Let me try, but please excuse me.
No,
I know
don't worry.
wrong.
We are all same, Mataji. Don't worry.
So, Venum Kavyanantam Aravinda Dalaya Taksham Varhavatamsam Asitam Buddha Sundarangam Kandarpakoti Kamaniya Vishesha Shobham Govinda Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami.
Perfect.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who is adept in playing on his flute, his blooming eyes like lotus petals, with head decked with peacock feathers, with the figure of beauty tinged with the hue of blue clouds, and his unique loveliness charming millions of cupids. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
And with this one, I think Prabhuji had put this verse in the chat GPT, and he had got a lovely picture of Krishna with this verse.
Oh, is it? Oh, I saw that. So, is it by putting this verse only? Oh, I didn't.
Yes.
I think last two or some. We had to go like the temple for early service, so I couldn't see this. Oh, is it the picture based on this one?
Yes, the one picture with just Krishna. It's this one.
Oh,
He put this
beautiful.
verse and then he got the chat GPT done.
Mm.
Sorry, this one. Alola Chandraka. Even this one as well, he got one. He got two pictures. In fact, he got many actually. But even with this verse and the next one here, he also got one. A lovely one.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah. So Gaurangi Mataji is back. Can she speak?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
There you go. Lovely.
Hari Bol. Nice to hear your voice,
Yes,
Mataji.
it was
Yeah.
Krishna
lovely to hear
Mataji.
your voice.
Okay.
It's
This one, I need to.
divine voice you have got. Do you want to
Oh,
recite this?
no, Mataji.
Yes, you have.
Hmm.
Would you like to recite this verse and the translation, please?
Okay, Mataji. I will try, Mataji. Okay. Alola Chandra Kalasadana Malyavangsi Ratnangam Pranayakili Kalavilasam Syamam Tribhangalalitam Niyataprakasam Govindam Madipurusam Tamaham Bhajami. Hare
Hari
Krishna.
Bol. Like when it's done
Beautiful.
properly, it's so sweet. Like that's so blessed, Mataji. So, Mataji, one more time, please, one more
Okay.
time. Yeah.
Alola Chandra Kalasadana Malyabangsi Ratnangadam Pranayakili Kalavilasam Syamam Tribhangalalitam Niyataprakasam Govindam Madipurasam Tamaham Bhajami.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Beautiful.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Mataji.
Yes.
Okay, primeval, a lord round which neck is swinging a garland of flowers, beautifully lit, with the moon locket, whose two hands are adorned with the flute and jeweled ornaments, uh, who always revels in pastime of love, whose graceful threefold bending from of Syama Sundara is eternally manifest. Hare Krishna Mataji. Sorry for me.
Do you want to read the translation as well, as you haven't read much today? Yeah. Thank you. Might as well.
Okay. I worship Govinda. This
No,
one.
the purport
Purport?
rather, not the translation. The purport.
Okay. In the sloka, beginning with Chintamani Prakara, the transcendental region is region and the spiritual name of Govinda. In the sloka beginning with Venum Kwanantam and the internal beautiful form of Govinda, and in the sloka the amorous pastime of Govinda, the embodiment of his 64 excellence have been described. All the spiritual affairs that come within the scope of description in the narration of the aesthetic mellow quality rasa are included in the spiritual amorous sports of Govinda. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Thank you so much, Mataji. So, has anyone else joined that I can't see?
Hemlata Mataji is there.
Is she
So,
busy?
Mataji,
Hare
can you?
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Oh,
Mataji.
yeah.
So much noise in the background. You won't be
Okay.
able to listen anything.
Okay. No problem, Mataji. Okay, so who would like to do this one?
Meena Mataji has left. Mataji, maybe you can do it because, yeah, we just have only 5 of us.
Only 5 now. Okay, thank you. Thank you for being my eyes, because the device I've joined, I can't see who's in and who's out. Okay, I'll
No,
sing
no worries.
this one. Angani yasya sakalendriya vrittimanti pashyanti panti kalayanti chiram jaganti ananda chinmaya sadhujvala vigrahasya govindam adipurusham tamaham bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami. But if we didn't do it like Mataji, the Yamuna Mataji sings, we can just read it the normal way, which is Angani Yasya Sakalendriya Vrittimanti Pashyanti Panti Kalayanti Chiram Jaganti आनन्दचिन्मय सद् उज्ज्वल विग्रहस्य गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तम् अहं भजामि. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, whose transcendental form is full of bliss, truth, substantiality, and is thus full of the most dazzling splendor. Each of the limbs of that transcendental figure possesses in himself the full-fledged functions of all the organs and eternally sees, maintains, and manifests the infinite universes, both spiritual and mundane. It's a long purport. Unless people want to read it, do people want to read it? Then we can split it.
Yes, Mataji, we can.
Okay, so
Go.
let's read. So Mataji, you want to read to absolute source?
Where is that, Mataji? Where?
So,
Absolute.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you. You'll find out anyway. Constitute the absolute for.
Okay.
It's the next line after. It's although. The line starts with although and ends in absolute source.
Okay, I'll just. For want of taste of things spiritual, a grave doubt arises in the minds of those who are enchained by worldly knowledge. On hearing a narration of the pastimes of Krishna, they think that the truth, tattva, regarding Krishna is mental concoction of certain learned scholars, created by the imaginative brains out of the material drawn from the mundane principles. With the object of removing this harmful doubt, Brahma, in this and the 3 following shlokas, after distinguishing between the two things, vis-a-vis spirit and matter in a rational manner, has tried to make one understand the pure Leela of Krishna obtained by his unmixed ecstatic trance. Brahma wants to say that the form of Krishna is all existence, all knowledge, all bliss, whereas all mundane experience are full of palpable ignorance. Although there is specific difference between the two, the fundamental truth is that spiritual matter constitutes the absolute source. Specification and variegatedness are present in it. By them are established the transcendental abode, form, name, quality, and sport of Krishna.
Shall we stop
It
there and let somebody else do it?
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Who's there? Usha Mataji, do you want to read? It is only by a person. All the way till mundane world.
Where is it, Mataji?
Let me see if I can hide. I'm not sure if I can even highlight with this. Sorry.
Brahma wants to say that the form of Krishna is all existence. All knowledge and all bliss were all mundane experience are full of palpable ignorance. Although there is specific difference between the two, the fundamental truth is that spiritual affairs, like Mataji, can you like this, right?
Yes, carry on.
from
That's fine.
the,
That's fine. Doesn't matter.
the absolute source. Specification and veritatedness are ever present in it. By them are established the transcendental abode, form, name, quality, and sports of Krishna. It is only by a person possessed of pure spiritual knowledge and freedom from any relationship with Maya that those amorous pastimes of Krishna can at all be appreciated. The spiritual abode, the seat of pastime, eman- emanated from the Chit potency and the form of a Chintamani, transcendental philosopher's stone, and the figure of Krishna are all spiritual, just as Maya is the perverted reflection of the spiritual potency. The variegatedness created by Maya ignorance is also perverted reflection in spiritual variegatedness. So um, a more resemblance of the spiritual variegatedness is only noticed is this mundane world.
Okay,
Uh,
that's fine.
okay.
Thank you, Mataji. So, is Meena Mataji there? You want to read till entity?
She is not there, Mataji.
Meena Mataji is not there, Mataji.
Not there now. Who's there? I mean,
Mataji
Mataji?
Korangi Mataji and no, Himlata Mataji left, and
So it's only 4 of us
Amoga,
now?
Amoga Prabhu joined, but I think he might not be available. So yeah.
Oh, okay.
That way 4 of us only, yeah.
Okay. So, Gorangi Mataji, you want to read till entity, please? And then Sanchita Mataji, you want to finish it off, yes?
Okay, Mataji.
Mundane. So, notwithstanding. That's the very first line. You can see notwithstanding such semblance. Would you be okay with that?
I couldn't see Mataji.
Can you see this line now? Only noticed in this mundane world.
Yeah, yes, Mataji.
Then
Okay.
it starts with notwithstanding.
Okay. Only notice in this mundane world, not with standing such semblance, the two are really different from one another. The unwholesomeness of matter is its defect, but in the spirit there is vagratedness which is free from any fluid or contaminants. The soul and the body of Krishna are identical, uh, whereas the body and soul of fallen creatures are not so. In the spiritual sphere, there is no such difference as that between the body and soul, between the lamps and their proprietor, between the attributes and the object possessing them of this world, but such difference rarely exists in the case of conditioned souls. Lamb thought Krishna is his. Every lamb is the well entity. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you. And Sanchita Mataji, you want to finish off?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Mataji, sorry, I'm so used to saying you Prabhu all the time.
That's okay. It's okay.
Mataji, can you just scroll it to the first line because I missed. I was there, but I missed. What is the first line?
This is
He performs.
Yeah, he performs.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. He performs all varieties of divine spiritual function with every one of his limbs. Hence, he is an invisible whole and perfect transcendental entity. Both Jiva souls and Krishna are transcendental, so they belong to the same category. But they differ in this that the transcendental attributes exist in the Jiva soul in the infinitesimally small degree, whereas in Krishna they are found in the fullest perfection. These attributes manifest themselves in the proper infinitesimal, just infinitesimality only when the Jiva soul attains an unadulterated spiritual status. The Jiva soul attains the nearest approach to the absolute identity only when the spiritual force of ecstatic energy appears in him by the grace of Krishna. Still, Krishna remains the object of universal homage by the reason of his possession of certain unique attributes. These fourfold unrivaled attributes do not manifest themselves in Narayan, the Lord of Vaikuntha, or in primeval Purusha avatars, and in the highest deities such as Shiva, not to speak of.
This verse has already been covered before. We covered last week in text 33. Would you like to unpack verse 32 or go more straight to the text 33?
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Saurangi Mataji, would you be able to mute yourself at all?
Sorry, Mataji,
That's
sorry.
okay. That's okay. So we covered this one. We started this.
I left last week. I had to leave early. Maybe you can do a brief unpacking of verse 32 and then
Yes. So
we can
here
do and then we can over.
Yes. So here, if I the ones that are easy for me to understand, I'll do that. So where it said that Krishna's limbs and everything is like one, where he can perform anything with any of his organs, that I found it really amazing. So he could, he can almost eat with his eyes. He can use any parts of his body to do any function, whereas us in material world we wouldn't be able to. Like for us, we would only be able to hear with our ears and use our hands to do something, whereas he can do any function with any of his body parts. So that was one key thing that I took from there, and the difference that we won't be able to understand him because of our material senses. They are so contaminated and so limited, so we won't be able to understand his power, his the everything about him. For us it would be difficult to understand. Mataji, I'm not a good speaker like you, but my understanding, little understanding of what we have, but spiritually, who people who slowly start to develop their convert their senses more into spirituality, more into the right things, then slowly by slowly they would be able to understand. But overall our senses are very contaminated, and so we can't appreciate what he's all about. That he's everything for us. He maintains, he's a proprietor. He just looks after all of us. He knows our past, present, and future. He knows about all the worlds, all the planetary systems, every living being. He knows about everything about them, and we can't comprehend that. So that is that, where it says the soul and the body of Krishna are identical. So we covered sort of like, for us, our body is material. We have got a soul, which is an atomic soul. And then there is also a super soul within us. But for us, we have got a body which perishes and the soul continues. But for him, everything is just one. It's identical. It doesn't happen that his body will perish and the soul he's just that. So that's another thing that I learned from there. And then what is, yeah, so here the pure Leela of Krishna, we can't even imagine. So the next 4 shlokas, I think it's going to cover all that. But mental concoction. So it's mostly that we won't be able to know Krishna through gnan or anything. Is that's another thing. I think we will only know Krishna through our bhakti, and because there are various ways of getting to Krishna. There are various yoga systems that has been given to us by Krishna that we can get to him, but the only way to get to him and to understand him is through bhakti yoga. So that's something else, but there's so many important points in here. His the pastimes of Krishna cannot all be appreciated. So only through spiritual knowledge we would be able to appreciate everything about him. So that's something I got that. But Mataji, you can whatever just add, because you would have so much to add in this. I mean, if we unpacked every line, it will take us time. But yeah, just key points, because it's so beautiful. This whole thing is so beautiful. So if you want to, you can do that.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Yeah, you have summed it up very nicely, and that's basically the core crux message of this purport, what Srila Jiva Goswami wants us to, Bhaktisiddhanta Swami, he wants us to know. Here there's one sentence which says, like, we both have both the jivas and Krishna, we have the spiritual tattva, but in us it's like very small, and but that too we can ignite when we understand the only, I mean, though it's infinite, I mean, so it's very small. In most jivas it's dormant, like that's how we see in the world, but that can be sparked also if we try to understand our constitutional position, that Lord is the controller, he is the proprietor, and we are the his servant of his servant. So our position that we are there, like, I was giving the example of, like, Prabhupada gives the example of the stomach and the other limbs of the body. It's like that. So once we surrender, the things come, and then we are at a position of liberated. So we are liberated from this entanglement when we understand this transcendental truth, because otherwise Prabhupada says, otherwise we are being dishonest. A thief, like when he's stealing, he's taking somebody's property without them knowing. So this, if we compare that with this universe, like we are using Krishna's air to breathe, the water to drink, to the food to eat, everything we are using, even the natural resource and everything we are using, even to make the house, the cars, and everything, that also the natural resources is used in some way. So everything belongs to Krishna. So if we do not acknowledge, then we are being dishonest. We have this stealing mentality, and that's why, because we do not acknowledge that, that's why people are entangled in this material cycle of birth and death. But we can be liberated once we understand our true constitutional position, that we are his servant and he is the supreme enjoyer, and we are there to help him in his mission. And then he will the spiritual element that we have, that gets fanned off and that get ignited, and then we can finish it in this one life, and that not get entangled more in this cycle of life and death. So that also was one of the reflection I just wanted to share, that what he means, that we, both of us, we have that spiritual element, but for most of us it remains dormant. So we are thus in the process of just sometimes the we seen, like in villages, when there's a like the chulha, so it might think it's all become like ash and there is no spark in that, but sometimes if you fan it with a small like thing, if a small fan, then we can see the light
wood has
coming
got
out.
the fire.
The
Yes.
wood has got
Yes.
fire. Otherwise, it feels like a white ash. But
Yeah.
the wood again, then you fan it faster than the wood. You can see it red, igniting, and it's already there. Those it would a cold wood would not become like ignited. So it's already there. It's only when you fan it, then it ignites, and we see the red fire once again. So basically, we in this process of Krishna consciousness, we're basically in that journey of doing that fanning. So that's my relation, Prabhu.
Thank you. No, that's fine. Thank you so much. And a couple of other things I remembered when I was speaking that I forgot was those examples of body, Krishna's, any parts of the body. He can do anything. So like in our day-to-day, when we offer prasadam, sometimes people say, oh, he's not going to eat it, but he eats it with his eyes. He's already, if you offer it with bhav, with devotion, then he just glances at it and he eats it with his eyes. And sometimes the prasadam also tastes so sweet, you can tell. And the other example was what was it? There was something where he impregnates just by looking. So the creation, he just had to look at it and he impregnated, whereas in material life it wouldn't happen like that. So those were the things. And then the last one here, where it says the unique attributes, he has unique attributes. So if people can remember, there were 4 qualities that were unique to him. He plays Venu. Then it was about his surrounded by devotees. Then it was his beauty, and I think it was his pastimes. If people remember, can people remember those, which makes him more unique to the other avatars, to the other manifestations? I think those are the first. So those are the only things that then came into my mind. But yeah, thank you, Mataji. It was so nicely explained.
Yes, Mataji, you were very correct. Those were the 4 qualities. So
Yeah,
he is
because
like
there it
Leela
mentions it.
Madhuri, because the pastimes,
Yeah.
the Prem Madhuri,
Yeah.
like he always surrounded by devotees.
By devotees.
Venu Madhuri is the flute attraction, and the Rupa Madhuri is his beauty. Yeah.
Beauty, yeah. Okay, and his pastimes, yeah. Okay. So now we come to verse 33. Who would like to read this? I can't see who's left and who's there now. Is it just 3-4 of us still?
Yeah, Mataji. So it's Gorangi Hemlata Mataji said she's got background noise. So Gorangi Mataji, myself, yourself, and Usha Mataji.
Okay, Usha Mataji. Usha Mataji, you want to read this number 33, please?
Usha Mataji also, I think.
Also left. Okay, so we will do this one. Shall I read this one then? Who's
Yes,
Gorangi Mataji? Gorangi Mataji, are you there?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
So you want to read this verse, Mataji? Please.
Okay, Mataji. I will receive my book, yeah, Mataji. First.
Yes, yes.
Advaitam, yeah, Mataji. This one?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
33. Yes.
Okay. First, I will check here. Okay. Advaitamachyutamanaadi manantarupam Adyam Purana Purusam Navayauvanam Cha Vedesu Dulabha Atma Bhaktau Govindam Adipurusam Tamaham Bhajami. Hare Krishna Mataji.
You want to read the translation, please?
Okay, Mataji. I worship Govinda, the primal Lord, who is inaccessible to the Vedas, but overtrainable by pure unalloyed devotion of the soul, who is without a second, who is not subject to decay, is without a beginning, whose from is endless, who is the beginning and the eternal Purusa, yet his is a person possessing the beauty of blooming youth. Hare
Thank
Krishna
you.
Mataji.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Beautifully read. Samhita Mataji, you want to read till potency, please?
Hare Krishna Mataji. Yes. Advaita means indivisible truth, who is knowledge absolute. Brahman, the infinite, emanates from him as his effulgence, and God immanent, the Paramatma, as his constituent. But nevertheless, he remains one and indivisible. Achyuta means that though myriads of avatars emanate from him as subjective portions, and millions of jivas are separated spiritual particles, still he remains intact as an undivided whole of fullest perfection. Though he indulges in exhibiting the pastimes of birth, etc., still he is without a beginning. Though he disappears after the pastimes of of his appearance, still he is eternal. Though without origin, yet he is with an origin in his pastimes of appearance, and although eternal in essence, he is still a person in full bloom of youth. The sum and substance of it is, though he possesses diverse and apparently mutually contradicting qualities, still they are in universal harmonious concordance by dint of his unthinkable potency. This is what is meant by Chid Dharma, transcendental nature, as distinguished from material. His graceful threefold bending form with flute in hand possesses eternal blooming youth, and is above all unwholesomeness that is to be found in limited time and space.
Will we stop there?
Yes, Mataji.
Somebody else. So
Yeah.
who's joined? Anyone joined or
Usha Mataji is back.
Okay, Usha
So yeah,
Mataji.
Mataji.
Okay. Usha Mataji, you want to read till Golaka, please? So you are in the transcendental realm. Can you see this one here? Where it says in the transcendental realm? In fact, you finished all the rest now, yes? You read.
That is the first line, Usha Mataji. So in the transcendental and space, and then in the transcendental. The first line, what you can say.
Mataji, if somebody can read it, I'm a bit busy, so they will
Okay.
message you.
Okay. Shall I read it then?
Yes, Mataji, please.
In the transcendental realm, there is no past and future, but only the unalloyed and immutable present time. In the transcendental sphere, there is no distinction between the object and its qualities, and no such identity as is found in the limited mundane region. Hence, those qualities that seem to be apparently contradictory in the light of mundane conception, limited by time and space, exist in agreeable and dainty concordance in the spiritual realm. How can the jiva realize such unprecedented existence? The limited intellectual function of the jiva is always contaminated by the influence of time and space, and is therefore not in a position to shake off this limitedness. If the potency of cognitive function does not extend to the realization of the transcendental, what else can? In reply, Brahma says that the transcendental absolute is beyond the reach of the Vedas. The Vedas originate in sound, and sound originates in the mundane ether. So the Vedas cannot present before us as before us a direct view of the transcendental world, Goloka. It is only when the Vedas are imbued with the Chit potency that they are enabled to deal with the transcendental. But Golaka reveals itself to every Jiva soul when he is under the influence of the spiritual cognitive potency joined to the essence of the ecstatic energy. The ecstatic function of devotion is boundless and is surcharged with unalloyed transcendental knowledge. That knowledge reveals Golak Tattva, the principle of the highest transcendental, in unison with devotion, without asserting itself separately, but as a subsidiary to unalloyed devotion. Yes, it's quite wordy. Some of the words are very difficult, but I think it comes once you read about 2-3 times, then it is there. But Sanchita Mataji, you and me, if we can pick any points, me, Osha Mataji, and if anyone has got any points that they resonates with them, just come out with it. Gaurangi Mataji, Usha Mataji, is there in the whole passage anything that resonated with you guys that you can just talk about? So for me here, where it says that he's, where he's there with his person in full youth bloom, he so many births, he's there, so many pastimes, he's there in the beginning, but nothing of him becomes less, i.e., like he is full. Just because there are so many avatars that happened, he didn't lose his potency in any of this. So many avatars we know of, the Guna Avatara, Leela Avatara, Purusha Avataras, Manvantaras, so many avatars that happened, but he never lost the potency, he was still there. And even with us, because we are part and parcel of him, he just because we are in him, like he hasn't lost any of his potency, he's still there, he's eternal and completely to the fullest. All his qualities are there to the fullest, and we only have tiny bit of his qualities. So that's one thing for me that I took out. There was another thing as well, but if anyone else wants to come in and add, please.
Yeah, thank you, Mataji. That's what it started with, and I also had the same thing in mind. Like he's always complete, no matter how much we take. It's like the ocean. No matter how much you take, we can in this material we can only relate to that. Like it's never, you cannot take enough of the ocean. It's always complete and full. So the thing, there's a Sanskrit sloka, I think, Om Purnam Idam Purnam. Purnamidam. I can't remember that.
Yes, I know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Purnam Ada, Purnam Idam, Purnat Purnam Udachate, Purnasya Purnam Adaya, Purnam Eva Avashiste, Vishyate. Yeah, I think something like that. Which we always say, well, like any puja goes on, there's before
Yes.
that there's we worship Lord Vishnu. So in the Narayan Shila form, and that's the mantra, like we say to, like whatever we do, Lord is always there in his complete sense. So after that, you have explained very nicely. And then he is there. The next point is like he's always in that, because he's transcendental, his energy is transcendental, and we are material, so we go through birth, old age, disease, and all that, and we age. So Krishna, like he's anadi, like he's never born and never died. So he's always like, apart from being wholesome, he's always eternally blooming youth. Like when he was doing the in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, I think he was around 100 years or 89 years old. But the picture we see him like always youthful. So after his baby past small pastimes in Vrindavan, when he reached that youth stage, like
15
all
years.
yeah,
Isn't it?
15
years, 9
11,
months. Or something.
yeah, 11 years, I think, something.
I think it was 15.
Oh, okay. I mean, yes. I mean,
We
in
can,
his,
we can find, we
yeah,
can check.
yeah. So whatever, I mean, in that age, so all his other pastimes, whether Mathura, Dwarka, Kurukshetra, and his all other pastimes, he still he was like that in his blooming youthful state, always eternal. So whether in past or future, no matter whatever pastimes we know, we never see like the pictures also, and that's how if we try to connect, like if we see the other I don't know what example to give, but like we always see Lord in after his baby pastimes in that same form in all other pastimes, even as Dwarkadhish. And in Mathura also. So that was one quality he has, that he is he never, he's like never affected by the things of this material nature. He's beyond that. Though he's in, so that's the, like that's one tattva, yeah, that came to me. This is meant by the chida dharma, like transcendental nature. So, and that is called, and for us it's difficult to understand, so it's called achinta bheda abheda tattva. Simultaneously it's like different and same. So though he's I mean he is same in the sense we have got his the same potency in us, chit potency, though in a smaller, like he's the fire and we are the spark in that, but different in a way that he's anadi, he's ajanma, he's all these names are used for Krishna because he's always in his youthful state. He's never get entangled in the time factor and in the material energy of this world, though he has done he from him only everything has been created. So yeah, that's a bit of my part. Maybe somebody else can continue after that. Hare Krishna.
Usha Mataji, Gorangi Mataji, anything?
Hare Krishna Mataji. No, Mataji, Sanchita Mataji explained nicely, and you are also explained so beautifully. And Prabhuji is Prabhuji not here. So thank you, Mataji.
So one thing here is Vedas. My understanding, and please correct me as well, that probably Vedas is there, it's got everything in it. But even then, we just by learning the Vedas, we won't be able to understand him. Is that correct? It's only through when it is imbued with chit potency that not just the knowledge, but the devotion or something, then only we will be able to understand his transcendental nature, his transcendental pastimes, and his form and everything. That's I could be wrong with that, but it.
No, Mataji, yeah, you have just mentioned it correctly. Yeah, that's what, like though the Vedas, they are created from the sound vibrations from the Lord himself, but it's in this mundane ether. So it's in our part of, like if we can say, like after the Viraja river in the Mahatattva. So it's created for us. So of course it's everything from the Lord, and it contains the transcendental. Yeah. So the way. So here it says. Maybe let's go through that line by line and then we can interpret.
I was
The
going to say
limited,
exactly to
yeah. So maybe after I explained this partner. I mean, he's. Let us see. Where did we do?
Brahma says.
So youthful, wholesome. That we have
Okay.
explained in the trans. No, Mataji, don't move. It's yeah.
Yeah.
We can in the transcendental sphere. There is no distinction. Maybe the line before wholesome, that can be found in the limited time and space. Yeah, so we cannot understand his whole unwholesomeness. Yeah, so in that, then in the yeah, where Usha Mataji was reading earlier, so that line, no, maybe you read. Yeah, in the transcendental realm there is no past and future, but only the unalloyed and immutable present time. So yeah, so when we know Why is Lord like that? Why all the devatas and the I mean everybody in the transcendental realm, I mean they do not grow old, and there is no old age, disease and death. So that's why it's mentioned in the transcendental realm. There is no past and future, so everything in present. So whatever, however we see them in present, that's the state they maintain. So this is only a layman's term of explaining. When maybe next week Prabhu explains, he will explain with more tattva, but I'm just trying to touch it on the line.
This
So,
is already explained, I think. This
we have
was already covered last week. So he will
oh,
start with the new one next week.
okay. Yeah. So in the transcendental sphere, there is no distinction between the object and its quality, and no such identity as is found in the limited space of mundane region. Um, Maybe this line, and there's no distinction between the object and its qualities as such. So it's all considered as one, as because in the limit uh, in the material realm, we still have separate things for separate, like the energies, it's different for living things, non-living things and all, but there it's all, there is no such separate thing for that. Hence those qualities that seem to be apparently contradictory in the light of mundane conception, limited by time and space. So we are caught up in this time and space. That's why this mundane conception for us, it's contradictory to the transcendental realm. uh, exist in agreeable and dainty concordance in the spiritual realm. How can the jiva realize such an unprecedented existence? So that's why we find it difficult to conceive that thought, like how it can be. Like most of the jivas, they cannot understand that there is any spiritual realm. If anything is made, then the best thing that can be made of the best materials that we have in this world only. How can there be a spiritual world? So that's why the jivas are not able to understand that unprecedented existence. The limited intellectual function of the jiva is always contaminated by the influence of time and space, and this we have covered. Therefore, not in a position to shake off this limit limitedness. We, as we are caught up in time, because we have some kind of intelligence maybe in our youth, and then in our adult life, maybe the intelligence is there, and slowly as our body have got disease and old age, we our intelligence and our memory decreases, and then we are not able to like grasp so many tattvas. So like we are shaken off by this time and the space factor, so we cannot understand this transcendental potency. So through the limitedness, we are just bound by that. If the potency of cognitive function does not extend to the realization of transcendental, what else can? So this is important. If the potency of cognitive function does not extend to the realization of transcendental, what else can? In reply, Brahma says that the transcendental absolute is beyond the reach of the Vedas. Yeah, this was the point you touched. Um, so the Vedas, they have been made, as we discussed, we made for this world. Lord has made, kindly given us in the sound form. But even in that, it's very difficult to understand the transcendent. It's though it's transcendental, but it's difficult to understand Lord by just studying the Vedas. The Vedas originate in sound, and sound originates in the mundane ether. So the Vedas cannot present before us the direct view of the transcendental world. So like now we are trying to understand how if just reading the Vedas, we try to understand how the Golaka Vrindavan would be. There's limitedness in that, like for example, like when we put these verses in the chat GPT, and they bring a picture, and we if we just, but that is also limited. One of the picture I was seeing, like one of the verse before, the purport had said moon locket, but when chat GPT made, Did not, it just put normal garlands on that, so it did not make a moon locket, like Lord is
He
saying
put
that
it on its head, actually. There was like a moon, Chandra, on his
yeah,
head
so they
rather
put it,
than as a locket.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, that's what I
Yes.
meant, like, yeah, so
Yes.
that was a flaw.
Yeah.
So so if we try to analyze that with, like, the Vedas are present, but we cannot, that cannot give us the transcendental knowledge. So because how did the chat GPT work? We try to relate everything, we try to learn everything relating to the world. Same with chat GPT, it's artificial intelligence, so it knows that on Lord Shiva's forehead there is always a Chandra, so it might have got that instruction from there and then extracted it and put it as a
Yes.
as a thing on Krishna's head. But so from this we can understand the limitedness we have, that we cannot think, even reading the Vedas we cannot have a clear picture of the transcendental word that is called Golaka. It is only when the Vedas are imbued with the Chit potency that they are enabled to deal with the transcendental. So only when we put our the Shuddha potency, like with a Shuddh, like pure heart, when we chit potent, our consciousness, pure consciousness, we try to understand the Vedas. So it's only just chanting the mantras like the the Brahmins do. So they do it as a ritualistic thing. They chant so many mantras. They do. No offense. I'm not just, that is also quality in itself to be able to chant the mantras, but then you might not find Lord in that. And that's why we see, like with Vyasdev, he was not happy after creating the Vedas, also writing so many mantras and shlokas. He was not happy because somehow he had not glorified the Lord. So that's why the Srimad Bhagavatam, the Bhagavad Puran had to come, because that has got the chit potency. Like when we have the clear soul, then only Lord allows us to, sit in that heart and then give us some divine realizations. But Goloka reveals itself to every Jiva soul when he is under the influence of the spiritual cognitive potency joined to the essence of the ecstatic energy. Yeah, so for that, when we have the anarthas in our heart, that Lord will not come and sit. I mean, of course, Lord is there as Paramatma, but he will be in the dormant state. Dormant state. He will only guide us when we are in the conscious state, chit potency, when we understand that everything is Lord. We are not in the stealing mentality. We're not being dishonest. Then only we have the intelligence. Intelligence too. What is intelligence? Lord Srila Prabhupada says intelligence is only can buddhi yoga. So when we understand Lord, that is intelligence, and that Lord gives when we try to acknowledge him, we have gratitude towards him, we try to understand our constitutional position, then only we get the chit potency. And to understand, we can understand Vedas and all these shastras when we try to understand it in line with the with Krishna, and that we can be done with the essence of ecstatic energy. And the last line says, the ecstatic function of devotion is boundless and is surcharged with unalloyed transcendental knowledge. So we see, like, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, material, if you try to understand, in year 1 you learn something, year 2 you learn something, year 12 you learn something, graduation, post graduation, master's degree, there is a limit to the knowledge. Maybe in when somebody is doing the fellowship, maybe 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 10 years, but then also that knowledge is not boundless. But here it says that this transcendental knowledge, it's boundless, there is no end to it. I mean, there's no end to learning the Lord, and is surcharged with unalloyed transcendental knowledge. So, and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he had showed us, right? Like when he came, the bhava he had, in his the initial pastimes he had, Adi Leela, he showed like being uh, mm, like a boy, a devotee, so learned. He was a Sanskrit scholar, and he did his kind of material pastimes and going around. He got married, and then he did Shastrarth at the bank of Ganga river, and so much, like, he said he knew that to people to follow him, first he had to show through, because whatever we understand. So he can only understand through material knowledge. So he was a Sanskrit Pandit, and then he could defeat everybody used to come for this debates, like Sanskrit debates and Charcha. I think there's a name for that. Refutals, through refutals, he could defeat everybody. He proved that, and then when people, and then he after doing that, he knew that that is over, and then he took sannyas. He went around Navadvip and Mayapur and giving the holy name to everybody, distributing it freely. That Madhya Leela, he went, then he left Nadia also, that okay, Nityananda Mahaprabhu can take care of the rest, and all his other Shivas Pandit and everybody, his disciples. And later he went in the Madhya Leela, he went around all over India to the south and all, you know, like picking and choosing the flowers, like, you know, we give the best flowers to the Lord. So he was like picking and choosing all those six Goswamis, like he chose in that path, like who helped to discover Vrindavan. From the south he got Raghunath Bhatt Goswami, Gopal Bhatt Goswami, and all these. He went through these padayatras, and he did that part. And in the Antalila, finally, after giving responsibilities to all his disciples, then he went in, like he like those pastimes cannot be imitated, like the pure devotee and a perfect devotee, like, you know. So here it says like unalloyed devotion. There is no bound to it. It's boundless, and I mean, and that's in the highest form. That was shown in the highest, that reveals that knowledge, the transcendental knowledge in the highest form. How he could cry for the Lord, he could get ecstatic, and everything he did. That till now we do not see that bhavas in the devotees we know also. So uh, that, so there's no bound to it. That was the main last line of that shloka we were doing. So yeah, Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Yeah, amazing. Thank you so much for bringing all those Chaitanya Charitamrita pastimes. And yeah, I thought of the same thing, the ecstatic function that we could see in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, especially when he saw during the Rath Yatra, Jagannath, Lord Jagannath. So those kind of feelings he could come up with, he could bring in himself, because he was so totally devoted to the Lord. So yeah, thank you so much for that. And so just one more thing as well, where, and correct me as well, we learned about the time, that time doesn't affect, is it above Satyalok that the time doesn't touch? Can you remember?
Yes, Mataji. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was why also in that, in Vaikuntha Loka and Goloka, when we can't imagine really with our senses, but that's where the time, there was something about time there, wasn't there? And I thought of that it's because of that everything is same over there, and people are just totally in devotional. They want to be devoted to the Lord, so they mostly in Vaikuntha Lok, they are like dasyas, and in Golaka all the pastimes are happening. And we see wonderful pictures, the chart that Prabhuji shows us. But you are right, you brought a wonderful, you told us about chat GPT, and that's so true as well. It's all our limited. There is always, we are limited by things. And even chat GPT to that extent is as well. So that was such a lovely example you used. Thank you, Mataji, because then we can understand more as well when you use all those examples. Thank you so much. Anybody?
Yeah, so the 24 elements we say, like, the Panchabhutas, Mahabhutas, the Tanmatras, the Jnanendriyas, Karmendriyas, and then mind, intelligence, ego, Prakriti, and then above, after the 24, there's 25th element is time. So all these different lokas, even though it's all in the material existence, and that's why the time factor is there. And it's bound by time. So even in when we do all these anarthas and we take into these hellish planets, the torture also, it's done till a certain time, and after that you go get the next, the soul gets the next body. So everything like time bound things. But yeah, beyond the Mahatattva is like beyond. There is no the time factor does not apply on the Lord. Yeah.
And we can see, so Brahma, you could see earlier pictures how he was young looking, and Brahma then becomes old. So even he's affected by time because he's in Satyaloka. So
Yes. Yeah.
planets, time is are affected by time, I mean. Yeah.
Yes, Mataji. Thank you for bringing that. Yeah. Hare Krishna.
Okay, so I think next week it will be this shloka. We can just read the translation and end there. How about that today?
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah.
So at least we are prepared for next week. So Mataji, you want to, who's there now?
Medasachi Mataji has joined after a
Oh,
long time. Hare Krishna Mataji. Yeah,
Mataji,
I don't know
Hare Krishna.
if she's available. Maybe she can read the translation.
Yes, please. Yes. Mataji, Medasachi Mataji, would you be able to read the translation for us, please?
Hare Krishna Mataji. Yes, Mataji.
Yes, good. Thank you.
Translation: I worship Govinda, the premier Lord. Only the tip of the toe of whose lotus feet is approached by the yogis who aspire after the transcendental and betake themselves to pranayama by drilling the respiration or by the Jananis who try to find out the non-differentiated Brahmana by the process of elimination of the mundana extending over thousands of millions of years.
Actually, can we read the purport so we are prepared next time? Because I mean, it's quite sometimes, we need to read about 2-3 times before we understand things. Would that be okay? Mataji, you want to read?
Yes, Mataji. Okay.
Yeah, just carry on reading.
Okay. The attainment of the lotus feet of Govinda consists in the realization of unalloyed devotion. The Kaivalya realized non-alternative state, which is attained by the Ashtanga yogis by practicing trains of for trains for thousands of millions of years, and the state of merging into the non-differentiated impersonality of Godhead beyond the range of limitation and attained by the non-dualist. After a similar period pass in the distinguishing between the spiritual and non-spiritual and eliminating things of the limited sphere one after another by the formula not this, not that, are simply the outskirts of the lotus feet of Krishna and not the lotus feet themselves. The long and short of the matters is this: Kaivalya or merging into the Brahmana constitutes the line of demarcation between the world of limitation and the transcendental world. For unless we step behind them, we can have no taste of the variegatedness of the transcendental sphere. The conditions are the simple absence of misery arising from mundane affinity, but are not real happiness happiness or felicity. If the absence of misery be called a bit of pleasure, then also that bit is very small or of no consequences. It is not sufficient to destroy the condition of materiality. Um, but the real gain to the jiva is his internal existence in his self realized state. This can be attained only by the grace of unalloyed devotion, which is essentially sit or a transcendental in character. For this end, abstract and uninteresting mental speculation is of no avail. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much. Shiva Goswami, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Swami ki jai.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, we see. I mean, his Brahma Samhita in itself is the verses are so difficult, and we can see the level for Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj, like his level of English, like as you mentioned, Mataji, one reading one time and hearing also, it doesn't go in the head. You have to read line by line time and again.
Yeah.
It's, I think, of when we read Prabhupada purpose, then we can compare that Prabhupada, he did
Yes.
such a great service to make
Yeah.
it available and reachable. Just reading, also reading the purport, you can say few words, but this one,
This
you
one
need
is,
to have some background knowledge to be able
yeah.
to say something. It's quite like the words and the
Yeah.
difficult words.
Yeah, very
So
high level, because Jiva
he was
Goswami,
so intellectual, yeah.
so
Mm.
obviously it was very, and then
And all this was done in Sanskrit.
yes,
So whatever, I mean, this is only Brahma Samhita. Must just imagine how difficult it Brahma, when Brahma created it, must have been, because only one chapter. This is chapter 5 of Brahma Samhita. Only one chapter was found by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu
mm,
in one of the South Indian houses, and this is um, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami, and he asked Jiva Goswami to do the tika, the
mm,
commentary. So
mm,
he did it in Sanskrit, and then picking up that Sanskrit, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he did it in English. But for us, that English is also
yes,
like
yes.
quite a thing to, yeah.
It's not a common sort of English that we use day to day type of English. It's quite high level, and he probably might have just literally translated some of the words using.
Yes,
Yeah,
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 because Sanskrit, that time Sanskrit was also, that the Vyakaran, they people used to learn for 12 years
yes,
just to understand to be able to read the Vedas, that because the little bit Sanskrit we learn from the transliteration of the Bhagavad Gita shloka, and sometimes we get stuck in that thinking it's difficult. But the Sanskrit, that is, to understand the Vedas, you need to know the Vyakaran, the Sanskrit Vyakaran, read
mm,
them properly, and that to learn that Vyakaran, it takes 12 years. So you can imagine how difficult it must have been. So, and then he had written all these tikas in Sanskrit.
mm,
So translating that into, yeah, you're correct. He must have just translated the Sanskrit words to English, and that becomes like a bit of a
bit more
challenge.
difficult for
Yeah,
us to. Yeah, it's
yeah,
more
yeah.
challenging. I mean, it comes after a while, but it's not as
Yeah, so I'm saying, yeah. So it was good to do the purport today. Maybe we
today
have to do
and
it in our
next
own
week.
time, and
Yeah,
then again do with Prabhu few times, and line
exactly.
by line, when how Prabhu does it, and then
E-
it will come to
Yes,
us.
and even the purport we sort of unpacked earlier, because they were read just once. I mean, it helped today as well to do it with you as well. So it was nice. Thank you, Mataji.
Yeah, no, not with me. It was like your endeavors, and you started it, and taking the responsibility from Prabhu's shoulder for one day. Like Prabhu also gets a bit of rest because he
Right.
doesn't get to spend time with his family. So
No, he doesn't.
you're taking it on your shoulder. You must be doing it from 5:30. So that itself is like a great service, Mataji. All glories to your service.
You know,
And yeah, I mean, I meant to join today. Normally I usually Saturdays I join 5:30, but I left my phone for charging downstairs only. And then when I went downstairs, I realized, oh my God, I missed so much.
I
But
and
yeah, it
that's
was
fine
good to.
because you, when you joined, you gave your 100 and two
No,
hundred
no, no, no,
percent
nothing like that. It's just,
Thank you
yeah.
so much, all. I think we
Association
can
just
end
cheers
it.
up our day, like makes our day to start it.
It
So
does.
spiritual,
It does.
spiritual energy.
Thank you.
And yeah, thank you, Mrida Sachimataji, for joining, because after you had congratulations for your baby, because I usually cannot join in the evening sanghas. I think I've seen you in the few screenshots that you join in the evening sanghas, like for an evening for japa session. So, but I don't see you. But to see you again here after many months, it was really so nice and blissful, and hope you're doing well and your baby is like growing nicely.
Hare
And
Krishna.
our blessings and congratulations.
Thank you, Mataji. Yes, Mataji, because usually before baby is waking every 1 hour, 2 hour, now his pattern is changing little bit. He's sleeping more at night, like a 3 hour, 4 hour. So I can
Yeah.
also sleep more and then I can wake up early. So I'm
Yeah.
trying that.
Yeah, definitely. This is, as a mother, as a new mother, this is the first responsibility. Every stage as a mother, we have our own responsibilities. For now, it is of course, you have to sleep with the baby, and then wake up and do the needful, so we can understand. That's absolutely all right. But yeah, so usually because I don't see you, so I keep on thinking about you that we don't see, because devotee associations, when they're not there, we do miss. So to have you again, to be able to associate, it's really nice. So it was, even for a small few minutes of association, that's really counts. So thank you. You made efforts to join. So thank you for association. Yeah.
And Hare Krishna Mataji and Amrita Sachi Mataji also, she done her master degree and she got graduation. So
Oh, Hari
That
Bol.
means, sorry,
another congratulations for
what
her.
Oh,
is that?
congratulations, Mridha Sati Mataji.
Congratulations Mataji, Amrita Sachi Mataji. I saw her Facebook, that's why I
Oh,
am.
yeah. Thank you, Gauranga Mataji, for sharing that, because,
Yeah.
oh my God, Mataji's life is really so sorted one after another. She's doing her
Yeah, then
material.
her baby also very nice and beautiful.
Have you seen?
Grown up, so big.
Oh, that's so nice. Yeah. So, yes, I mean,
What
she's
was
sorted
that?
her.
I didn't
She
understand.
completed her master's degree. So that's what she's
Oh,
saying.
masters. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Masters in what, Mataji? What did you do?
In healthcare management, Mataji.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
wow.
Mataji,
Wow.
congratulations.
Thank you,
Congratulations.
Mataji.
So nicely sorted your material life, like your material qualifications, the initiation, and then baby. It's nicely one after another happening. So with Lord's mercy and your spiritual masters as well. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And thank you so much, Jai Mataji, because you sent me the that I don't know
Katlu, yeah.
Katu. Yes, thank you so much, Mataji, for your support.
I'm glad you're eating all that. Yeah, I'm glad. Because it's so important for you to have all that, especially after the baby's born. So
Yes, Mataji, because I don't have any that much idea, and I don't have my mother and mother-in-law because
I know. You
they
said that. I was so sad.
so I did not know that much all idea. So thank you so much, Mataji.
Yeah. Main thing is, even if you don't like it, it's good for you to still eat it. Yeah. Good. Anyway, you all
What
take
was
care.
that, Mataji? Like, what was the item?
Katlu, I don't know whether you have that
Oh,
in.
it's a bit bitter, right?
Yes, bitter.
Fenugreek, no?
Fenugreek. Yes.
Oh,
We
okay.
call it katlu. I think they
I've
also
eaten from Manor also.
manner, and I made it at home as well, and then I sent it.
Oh, that's amazing. That's so sweet of you, Mataji. You're just so caring for everybody.
No, not at all. It's just something came to my mind because she said she didn't have a mom and mother-in-law. So I was like, okay, you know, that's least I could do. I don't know much.
No, but that is very for health as well as for
Yes.
breast milk also. So
It's milk, and they also said that for postnatal depression, you know, all that is so good. It has got all the herbs in it, which helps throughout, and the body starts becoming a bit strong as well.
I mean, when during my it's like my Mridha Sati Mataji, I also didn't have anybody, so I did everything on my own with Purbasha and Pranshu. No mother, no mother-in-law here to help.
Oh,
So
what
on
you
my
didn't
own.
either.
And I didn't even know about this, like the katlu thing you were saying. So whatever I could cook, I just ate that. So Purvasha
Oh,
was born underweight also, like, I didn't eat properly. Maybe she was a bit underweight and it took a while to,
yes.
yeah. So no guidance. Like, of course, here they from the midwife and all, they give some kind of booklets and all, but no
But
proper Indian, like, ghee ka laddu and
yes,
gongan. I
yes,
didn't have any of them, so it was a very
yeah,
hard time. First few
yeah.
months, it was very difficult. Yeah, so I can relate to Mridha Sachi Mataji. So she's very fortunate to get that help from you and her. Yeah, definitely.
No,
Mm.
only because she said, and I thought about it. I just by chance I said, "Are you eating kaklu?" And she said, "No, I don't even know what that is." And then that's how it all happened. But yeah.
Yeah.
But no, thank you all so much. I really enjoyed today's session. Sanchita Mataji, you have got so much depth of knowledge. I wish also maybe soon you would get initiated or you look for it or something. But I just I'm totally sort of grateful to you for giving us all the guidance that you give in absence of Prabhuji. You always come up with all these lovely gems. So thank you so much. We get
All
to learn
glory to
so much from
Prabhupada
you.
Mataji. So it's just Lord, as I mentioned, we are instruments for the Lord to speak when it's required and then listen when it's required. So some will listen more, and then whatever we grasp, we try to speak. So it's been many years of listening. Whatever, if I'm able to speak anything right, so it's coming out of that. So it's Lord mercy. And if I'm on any help to however well I can, so just that. And congratulations to you and Meena Mataji and Gayatri Mataji, for taking it to the next level for now, and then on the right path. For that also you need Lord's mercy to be able to surrender and do that. For me, it will take a bit of time, so not ready yet. Maybe so. It will happen when it happens, so that's okay.
Yeah,
Hare
yes.
Krishna.
Yes, Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Thank you all. Have a blissful day, Krishna conscious day, and
Let's also three loud Hari Bols to Jai Mataji for doing it for so long. Like you must have your work to do and other things in the house and chores, but you took it voluntarily in absence of Prabhu and just do it so nicely.
no, not at all. To all of us, to all of us.
5:30, so you have been doing, so it's really long. Let's all say how three loud Hari Bols to Mataji. Hari Bol, Hari Bol,
Thank
Hari
you,
Bol.
Mataji. You don't need to. You all helped, so I couldn't have done on my own. But yeah, thank you so much. You take care. Bye.
Hare Krishna. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha
Yascha kripasindhubhya eva cha
कृपासिन्धुभ्यैव
patitanam
पतितानां
pavanebhyo
पावनेभ्यो
vaishnavebhyo
वैष्णवेभ्यो
namo namah.
नमो
Anant Koti
अनन्तकोटि
की
वैष्णववृन्द की
जय।
जय
Srila
श्रील
Prabhupada की जय।
हरे कृष्ण
Sanchita Mataji and Jai Mataji.
संचिता माता जी की जय, गौरंगी माता जी की
गौरांगी
जय,
माता जी की जय उषा माता जी
माता जी
की
की जय,
जय
All of
देवी की
them, yeah. Hare Krishna.
and Jai Mata ji is always victorious. She is Jai Mata ji ki jai.
Hare
जय।
Her name says she is always victorious. Jai.
It just happened like that. My name, it is very strange. How even sometimes I ask my mom, how come I got this name?
Because
But
Lord wanted you to be always victorious. That's why.
my official name is Jyotika, and then this
Oh, is
name,
it? Oh,
yes,
okay,
yes,
okay.
this
Oh,
my
I didn't know that for so long.
it's in passport and every official documents is Jyotika in my birth certificate, and then it became Jay since I was a toddler. So God knows how it all happened, but yeah.
Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you for sharing that. Hare Krishna.
Okay, then you take care.